Hello there. Happy Gemini season. Oh my goodness. Before I was able to do this video, I felt so scattered. So, tis the season. If you don't know, my name's Latoya from Emerald Astrology. I am an intuitive astrologer. Blah, getting tongue tied already. Mercury retrograde. And I love talking about the moon, but today we're going to talk about Gemini season. So, trying something new, doing something different, and see how this goes. But basically, in this video, I'm going to share with you ways that you can get grounded for the season because this can be a lot, especially if you're a water or earth sign, since the sun will be squaring any of these placements that you have, or your sun sign if you're, Capricorn or Pisces. So this can be really challenging, but also a great opportunity to strengthen yourself and be more creative. So yes, in this video, I'm going to share a little bit about how you can get grounded. And then I'm also going to share what this season can bring up for you based on your rising sign. So we'll talk about the sun going through the different houses. So Gemini season technically starts May 20th. So it's like on the cusp there, and it ends on June 20th on the cusp, cusp of Cancer and Gemini Cancer and Taurus Gemini. So we're well into Gemini season now. So welcome. Good job. You've made it. So what is Gemini season all about? Well, first of all, Gemini is a mutable air sign. So it's very changeable, loves, ideas and communication and exchange of information, gathering information. So pretty much in the season, we are starting to activate this area of our life where we tend to gather information, share ideas, and just get really chatty and talk more. The keywords for Gemini is like adaptable, changeable. Again, communication is jack of all trades. Geminis tend to be in one place than the next, very much a wanderer, wanting to learn about all things because very, very curious mind. And who's best to tell you about this is me, a Gemini. So we love to talk. Well, sometimes I love to talk. Sometimes we have our moments where we don't talk much, but we have our moments. Especially you can get us to talk about things that we're interested in. At the moment, because our interests can move around. You can't get us to stop from talking or asking questions, especially if you are an expert or just know more about this certain topic. You're going to have a tough time stopping us from asking questions. So yes, other words, they're very verbal. The downside of Gemini is that they can be very restless, fickle, unemotional, and superficial. So. And I guess I'll explain a little bit more of like why that tends to happen. But just to kind of like touch on it a little bit, we're all over the place, and so it kind of seemed like we don't stick to anything because of the curiosity and wanting to be here and there, and then learning that we're only one body. Although our Gemini, symbology is of the twins, represents the twins, so it's kind of like having two people in one body and having to learn how to marry the two and be as a whole person and practical with the resources, the energy that we actually have, and the body that we actually have. So it's an interesting time, and we all have Gemini in our chart. So don't think that this leaves you off the hook. You would probably activate this Gemini part of you in your career, so you might be more scattered in your approach to career or your reputation, or it could be in your home, so depending on where Gemini rules in your chart, you will see this energy more active in your life. And we'll talk a little bit more about how this can come up later in the video. So what does this season bring? Just like an overall opportunity that it brings. Well, for one thing, it definitely gives us an opportunity to learn more skills. Gemini loves to gather information, learn new things, but also find ways of how to apply this knowledge. So, how is this information relevant to me right now? Is very much a Gemini kind of thing. Like we love working with our hands. We love, uh, playing with ideas and see how we can do something creative with the idea, and show it in new ways that allows us to exercise our expressing abilities. So definitely learning more skills, gathering more information, just learning from anyone and everyone, and then being able to teach if you want to do that as well. As opportunities can come up where you can share what you've learned. Um, anything, everything but standing still. Gemini is a very much a go movement type of sign energy, and it's an air sign, so it has to have movement. If the air stays still, it becomes stale and things get anaerobic, right? And so we're trying to keep things aerobic. We're trying to keep things moving and new, fresh information, new, fresh air, and stimulation in that way. So the challenges that can come up during this time, you can feel restless, in this area of your life, especially if you are a Gemini like me. We can that really just kind of like amps up our energy. Like we just feel like we want to do all the things because we have all this, we have the sun on us now, right? So we have all this vitality, this energy, this attention. Um, and so this can make us really chatty, more than normal, and it can lead if you have this tendency to indulge in gossip and or information overload. Now, I never had this experience before, but in the past 2 years, I understand what information overload feels like, and now I'm learning how to pace myself, instead of like trying to learn three different topics at once to then implement and then try to practice and then be able to communicate what I've learned. Like finding, a topic that making a priority of what needs to be learned in the moment. And then, still have those other ideas, the things that I like to learn, or, you like to learn, still give yourself time to be with those things and learn more about it and play with it. But like you might need to prioritize like what it is that you're learning so that you don't get information overload. And if you're not really like in that, like I want to learn something new, but I tend to like hang out with my friends and just gossip or learn about other people and then gossip, just be careful because reputations are on the line, and including yours, and it can get really messy. So you want to be able to use this energy in a way that actually empowers you and helps you move along in this area of your life, than get caught up in the local drama. So be careful of that. um, Another thing too is that it may be very difficult to commit to something because you have all these ideas and all these new things and opportunities from friends and people around you that says, "Hey, come do this thing with me. Hey, come learn this. Hey, let's go travel, and just to the next town and not do what we have to do today." This is very much a Gemini kind of thing. And it's going to be like, "Oh, that's fun. It's curious. It's spontaneous. Let's go." Sure. And, so that makes it really difficult to commit to something. So definitely prioritize what it is that you are wanting to learn during the season, and let that take that space. Probably plug it into your calendar. I use Google Calendar and block my time on things that are to make sure I block times to do things that I actually value and want to expand my knowledge on. So maybe you could do that. If you're not sure how to use Google Calendar, I would love to show you. We can definitely hop on a call, and I'll show you how to use it. Or maybe I'll just do a video on how to do it. Just let me know. Um, and then, okay, so how can you actually deal with this energy and get grounded, right? First of all, taking a deep breath. That's something that I really have to remind myself to do often, is that, "Oh, I'm not breathing." And let myself like take a nice deep breath. So And then being able to tell people whenever you have opportunities come up that are irrelevant to what you're wanting to learn or do, telling them no. And you don't have to simply say, you know, no. It could be a maybe not right now kind of thing. Maybe that we can do that, some other time. Can we reschedule? Or it can be like if you're not really sure if you should do that and you really don't have anything else to do, but you're not really excited about it, you can always say that, that sounds like a great idea, but I need a couple of, hours, days to actually think about it, especially if it's an actual opportunity that will require you to put a lot of energy into. Um, you want to give yourself some time to think it through and make sure that it's actually something that you're wanting to learn and it's going to help you progress in this area of your life, right? So give yourself time to weigh out your options because there's going to be plenty of opportunities coming up, right? Um, and you want to make sure you do what you actually love or you're just really curious about. So crystals, because I love talking about crystals. I always wear crystals. So the crystals that you could probably work with during this time that would be helpful is moonstone. So moonstone will help you get in touch with your emotions. Um, this will help you get in touch with your intuitive body. So if you are the type to not really check in on yourself, just like to check in to see how you're feeling throughout the day, Moonstone is the stone for you. And this will be a great reminder for you to check in with yourself. So, every time you would look at the stone or play with it, you can ask, like, how am I feeling right now? What is it that I need in this moment? So this moonstone will be helpful for that. And then hematite. Of course, I have to have two because Gemini is a twin. And then hematite. So hematite's another great stone. It's nice and weighted. This stone is really good at removing negativity, especially if you are taking on this Gemini opportunities and surrounding yourself with all these people. It can feel a lot, especially if you're a water sign, and you're very intuitive. You pick up all those things, people and ideas and thoughts and feelings and all of it, and it is draining, right? So you probably want to hold on to hematite because that would be very helpful. And again, like the moonstone, every time you look at this crystal, you can remind yourself that you are protected, that you have a choice to engage with this group of people or not, and remove yourself, so those are great reminders to use during this season, Gemini season. And then a card that you can meditate on if you're into tarot is the Lover's card. So this is like the regular Gemini card here. And so you can meditate on this card to remember the importance of communicating with divine. So they're connected to the angel here. And then I kind of disappeared there. So connecting to your divinity, to the divine, and I really tapping into what inspires you. So giving yourself space, maybe with this card, like 5 minutes in the morning, just really meditate on this card. Like, what do you see? What's really jumping out at you when you're looking at this card? What do you feel when you're looking at this card? What ideas come to you when you're looking at this card? So really giving yourself like 5 minutes to think it through. That's really helpful. But basically, this card is about communication. It's about communication with yourself, with divinity, and with your partner, right? And it could be your lover, it could be your friend, it can be family member, it can be, you know, all this. But it's important to have those open channels of communication because things are needed to flow, ideas need to flow through, thoughts needs to flow through and actually be processed, right? So Gemini loves to talk and share ideas, but often, especially if you hold the air dominant chart, they're kind of like the way they process their thoughts is through talking, through sharing, needing a soundboard, right? To be able to process what's actually in the mind. For me, because I'm more of I have my Mercury in the 12th, and I'm more of a water dominant chart. So I have a water dominant chart. So I have a more internalized uh, communication or dialogue. So writing for me is more helpful than actually speaking, and talking to someone, because then I start getting confused and taking in other people's thoughts and thinking on my own, and it's just a lot. So for me, writing's really helpful. So I keep a journal every day and just write something in the morning of like what I'm thinking, what I'm hoping, to happen through the day, and then of course my transits and all this, my meditations. But yes, so open channels of communication can be through journaling, can be through talking with the best friend of yours that you actually trust, and they are, trustworthy with your ideas or whatever it is that you're feeling and need to release. So those would be helpful. Um, and so the new moon will actually happen on Monday, November, Monday, May 30th. So it's coming up soon, actually. And I have a whole blog that you can check out. And that's where I would go into what this new moon lesson is all about. And especially if you want to look in terms of your rising sun or moon sign, I have little mini readings available in the blog. So that will be in the description below if you want to check that out. But yes, we're going to have that new moon in Gemini. And so, just a new awareness of how we're feeling, and how we wanted to use the season moving ahead. So this is a good new moon to set your intention on communication, and getting that ball rolling in a certain area of your life. So you can check out that blog if you're wanting to get some more insight on that. But let me get some water. So let's go ahead and the house. Let's go ahead and go into the houses. Oh, and and to see what Gemini season can bring up for you. So if you're Gemini rising, the sun will be transiting your first house of identity, and so, your identity and your physical body is what I'm trying to say, and perception of life. That was the word I was trying to get out. So your focus will be on yourself and what you want to explore for yourself, and not necessarily concerned about the other person and how this will impact them, but really you're just thinking and focusing on what it is that you're wanting to bring up to the forefront in your life, and possibly changing it, the direction in your life too. So the sun represents, our focus, where our attention is going, where our creative energy is going, and where we will feel a sense of importance. So yourself is very important right now in the season of Gemini. If you are Taurus rising, the sun will be transiting your second house. So that's the house of Gemini for you. And so your focus will be on finances and how you use your skills or communication skills to get what you value. So this could be money, this could be materials, this could be just your spiritual values and how you get the things that you just really care about. Um, so there's a lot of focus in that area of your life. So, play, go out there and do that. Um, if you're Aries rising, Gemini rules your third house. And so this house of communication, your focus is going to be about exploring how you communicate, exploring your local environment. Perhaps it'll be doing a lot more walking, or just traveling to the next town over for some learning opportunities, teaching opportunities, and yeah, just exchanging information. So that's exciting for you. Or you can be really active with siblings. So, all the houses have different meanings, but those are the few things that you'll have your focus on, during Gemini season. If you're Pisces rising, Gemini rules your fourth house. So you're going to have your focus on the home and how strong your line of communication is with your family and also with yourself. So, we have our soul as our home, and then our physical home. So you might have some things going on around the house. So it's going to be a lot, probably busier than usual, more friends or people coming over. Um, and you're going to be able to practice communicating uh, in that area of your life. If you're Aquarius rising, Gemini rules your fifth house. So your focus is on communicating with your kids or engaging more with your hobbies. So yeah, if you're curious, about what you would like to create, definitely allow yourself to do that because this is your time. This is your time to play with different ideas and see what you can come up with. Um, if you're Capricorn rising, Gemini rules your sixth house of work. So your focus will be on learning more about your health and or your routine. You may be changing things up a little bit because of the Gemini being a mutable sign. You might change things up here based off of something that you learn, and you're going to be really thinking more about how you're using your body, your time, your energy, and how you serve yourself and others. So, maybe there might be some small animals that will be more needing more of your attention as well during this time, learning more about them. So yeah, so that's what you're going to be seeing during this time, this season. If you're Sagittarius rising, Gemini rules your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So your focus is going to be on communicating with your partner. Maybe something new is going to come up and you're going to have to talk some things out during the season. And this is going to help you get clear on what you both value and what you both expect out of the relationship. Or if you're not coupled, this will be a good time, for you to explore, different relationships, have fun, do some creative stuff with a friend or with dating with a partner. Actually, fifth house is more about dating, so that will be more of the Aquarius thing. But maybe it could be getting a little serious. I don't know. So yes, so you probably want to definitely look into figuring out like the ways that you're wanting to communicate with your partner, or like jot down some ideas of how you would like to communicate, or what you're communicating about, with your partner. If you want to daydream about that. Sagittarius are usually about going after, what you're wanting. So you're probably just going to jump into, all kinds of situations that allows you to kind of explore this new way of like sharing your ideas with a partner. So we'll see. We'll see. You can let me know how you do that. If you're Scorpio rising, Gemini rules your eighth house. And so your focus is going to be more on about your mind, your psychology, and how you are interacting with your desires as well as other people's desires. So how that's merging together and finding new ways of doing that. And so that it serves you and it serves the others. So this is a good time to work that out. If you're a Libra rising, this Gemini rules your ninth house of higher learning, of divinity, of long distance travel. So, your focus will probably be more focused on expanding your knowledge about something that it is, maybe you're getting a PhD, and so you're more diving into that more, or you're thinking about, options that you could pursue in terms of traveling or education, or just simply what you're wanting to learn. It could also be about philosophy too, that you're wanting to expand this area, and you're just kind of like shopping. You're just kind of checking things out, and really engaging through experience of learning. So hopefully you can make the most of that with this opportunities that are coming up. If you're Virgo rising, this will be Gemini rules your 10th house of career, reputation. And so your focus will be on career, and it will be how you'd like to show up in the world, and what you need to to learn to get that together for yourself. So allow yourself to explore new ideas in terms of what career could look like for you, or just like how you build your reputation and your community, because new ideas are going to be coming up, and so it's going to be fun for you to figure this out, or at least maybe not fun because it's like a square, but it will be a great opportunity to grow and to test your ability to be flexible in this area. If you are Leo rising, Gemini rules your 11th house of friends and dreams and success. And so your focus will be on exploring your networks and engaging with friends to learn new things and to grow your network so that you can potentially achieve a dream of yours that you've been holding on to and working on for a while now. So that's exciting. If you're Cancer rising, then Gemini rules your 12th house of dreams, of the subconscious mind, and your self undoing. So your focus will be mostly on your connection to divinity, your connection to your mind, and how maybe how you can kind of get in your own way of your own blessings that their guides are trying to give you, your divine higher beings, whatever it is that you believe in, you're going to start really having some insight on how you're getting in your own way of your blessings. And, so take it really easy here because it can feel like a little chaotic, but I feel like you're going to be getting some messages, some insights here um, that you might not have realized before. So this is a good time for reflection. It's a good time for meditation. It's a good time for really taking care of yourself and withdrawing, really, so that you can connect to your higher guides, your divine, or whatever it is that you believe in. So, guys, this is my musings of Gemini season. And so I'm really excited for you. I hope that you have a great season and you'll make the most of this. And what I've shared is really helpful for you. If you would like to become a patron, or support my work, you can become a patron on Patreon and have that in the link below. So that will support me with the blogs, with the YouTube channel, so that I can continue to create more content that is valuable to you. Or you could just simply join my newsletter where you'll get my free ebook about the moon and learn more about that, and then stay up to date with what I share and what new things that I'm going to be doing in the coming couple of months. So I'm really excited to share. I haven't said anything yet of what I'm going to do, but stay tuned if you want to hear more about it. Definitely sign up with my newsletter and get that free ebook. So that link is also below. All right, guys. I hope you have a great Gemini season. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.